The next to be recognized is the Honorable Jill Bongalon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. Mr. Chair, I, together with other members of this committee, will give a summary of the legal liabilities of the public officials and personalities involved in relation to the utilization of the confidential funds. Mr. Chair, as the viewing public has known, we, the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, have been very committed to this inquiry arising from the privilege speech number 379 of the Honorable Congressman Rolando Valeriano made on September 3, 2024, on asserting the power of the purse of Congress and the motu proprio inquiry of Congresswoman Jinky Luistro's manifestation during the budget hearing of the Department of Education in the Committee on Appropriations held on September 2, 2024. Mr. Chair, our good members of the committee have very competently summarized the facts that we have gathered from the past 7 hearings on this matter. And this representation is very honored to concur with that view that indeed the time that we have poured into this endeavor has been time well spent. For we have not only assisted the general public in understanding the process of disbursement of regular and confidential funds and their striking differences, we have also discovered alarming gaps and anomalies in the disbursement process and even outright violations of it. We believe that these findings, issues, and anomalies we have uncovered here will guide us not only in the present but also well into the future in crafting new legislation that will aim to better protect every single hard-earned centavo of our taxpayers' money. Gayunpaman, may isa pang tanong na kailangan nating sagutin at sigurado po ako na ang taong bayan ay gusto at interesado din ito pong malaman. Ano po ba ang mga potensyal na legal liabilities, both criminal and administrative, sa mga natuklasang anomalya sa ating investigasyon? Mr. Chair, I, together with other members, have taken on the task of outlining some of the potential legal ramifications and liabilities arising from the facts that we have uncovered. Ang unang krimen na pag-uusapan po natin ngayong araw ay ang tinatawag na technical malversation under the revised penal code. Ano po ba ito? Simply stated, it means that an accountable officer applies public funds to another purpose, kahit public purpose pa yan, which is different from that which they were originally appropriated for by law or ordinance. Sa madaling salita, ginamit sa ibang bagay ang pera ng taong bayan at hindi napunta sa original officer o di kaya yung head of agency. Second, yung public funds na nasa custody niya napunta o ginamit sa ibang public purpose. Third, yung public purpose na pinuntahan ng public funds ay hindi yung purpose na inaprubahan na paggagamitan ng public funds na yon. Kaya naman, ang technical malversation ay base sa paggamit ng public funds sa ibang bagay kung saan ito ay talagang nilaan, kahit anuman ang intensyon o purpose ng paggamit nito. Even if the public funds are used for the benefit of the people, this is still penalized by law. Let's look at several instances of technical malversation that we have seemed to have uncovered. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin sa hearing na ito ay kadalasan tungkol sa confidential funds. Paulit-ulit po, and as confirmed by the Commission on Audit itself, confidential funds are only to be used for confidential expenses. Kaso pagdating po sa Office of the Vice President, yung COA na po mismo ang nag-flag sa pamamagitan ng Notice of Disallowance which says na hindi mapakita ng accountable officers kulang-kulang ang mga binigay na dokumento o ebidensya na magpapatunay o magpapakita na confidential funds were used for the confidential expenses that are allowed under the joint circular. Let us emphasize that the joint circular requires that the confidential funds must be spent only for confidential expenses like those incurred in relation to national security and peace and order, confidential activities, among others. Such requirement was not complied with by the OVP, katulad ng itong tinutukoy na payment of tables, chairs, desktop, computers, and printers which were not even specified to be for confidential operations. Let's assume na lang po, dahil hindi alam ng SDO kung totoo ba o hindi, na talagang gumastos ng 3.5 million pesos ang OVP para sa mga office equipment na ito. Mali po na confidential funds ang ginamit nila for this. This is clear technical malversation. Mr. Chair, next slide please. Now, this one is very significant po. Presumption of malversation. Of course, there is such thing po na tinatawag na presumption of malversation, and this is found under revised penal code. At ang ibig sabihin po nito, kapag ikaw, accountable officer ka, you were given custody over public funds at ikaw ang accountable for those funds. Kapag hinanap sa iyo kung nasaan yung funds or saan napunta at wala kang masagot, the law presumes na binulsa mo. Applying Article 217 of the Revised Penal Code, malversation is presumed to have been committed. Kaya kapag accountable officer ka, dapat po napakaingat mo na hinahawakan ang public funds na ito. Hindi mo ito basta-basta ipapasa sa ibang tao. You bear the burden of making sure that the public funds go exactly to the public purpose that they were intended for. Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, when the committee in the hearing last November 25 asked Special Disbursing Officer Acosta and Edward Pajarda on where the confidential funds were spent on, they could not give answer. And worst, they merely stated that they handed it to their alleged respective security officers. Ito mismo ay malinaw na labag sa kanilang tungkulin bilang SDOs na dapat alam kung saan nagagasta ang confidential funds at hindi dapat ito ibinibigay kung kani-kanino man. Kaya naman, walang pwedeng presumption kundi binulsa nila SDOs Acosta at Edward Fajarda along with other employees and key officials of the OVP and DepEd ang confidential funds ng ating taong bayan. Yun lamang po, Mr. Chair.